Leo. Hello. Welcome to Leo season, honey. Hold on. I need to make sure that you can see my real hair. Good. Okay. Loving Leo. You know my Venus is in Leo, and Venus is my chart ruler as I'm a Libra Sun and Libra Rising. I have a lot of friends with Venus and Leo, and I have a lot of Leo friends, like best friends. You know, my best friend in college was a Leo, and also the other one was a Scorpio. And Dale, who I just got off the phone, I haven't really been going live as much as posting vids and I don't know if it's where I am geographically. I'm in New York City, so okay, or which is being dealt with. So Leo, here we are. I'm gonna continue. If we have any other major issues with the connection, I am going to stop this sucker, and I'm just going to record a video and post it. Okay? That was a hard P. That's usually how I say Pisces in my weeklies. I'm always like, Pisces. We're going to go with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, okay? And this is your part one of July and August 2019. I felt like this was probably the best thing to do, Leo, as the Mercury retrograde is upon us. We're in it, right? Deep. Oof, goodness gracious. Revisiting things, people coming up out the woodworks, feelings coming back out the woodworks, reliving past experiences. And I know for a fact that you guys are reliving or revisiting feelings or thought processes or, nostalgia from a year ago. Because we had an eclipse on the 27th of July. No, maybe it was still the same, Cancer, Capricorn. But, a year ago, drama. Whoa, I was just talking about the eclipse that happened on July 27th last year in Leo. I told you my Venus was in Leo. It was dramatic, bitch. Thought process, Mercury, right? It started in Leo. Now, right where it was last year, going back. Now we're in Cancer, and I think it's actually going to even get really close to Gemini, like 29 degrees of Gemini or something like that. And then it's going to move forward. So it's going to go back home. Mercury is literally like, bitch, this has been too much for me. I need to go back just to I forgot something. Can I go back? Right? Can I go back and get this? Will you hold the door for me? Just. Okay, that's Mercury, what he's doing right now. So, Mercury is communication, right? It's inspiration. It's your thought process and how you see things, right? But then it's also a planet of multiplicity and things happening and being confusion, right? Because it's very dual. So anything can happen with Mercury. All of the possibilities are there. So when you let your mind sort of get fueled by the passion of your own thoughts, right? And the passion for your own creative will and your own creative drive. This is kind of like, you really have to be inspired to be who you are fully, right? Because if you're not, it will cause drama, and other people will cause drama in your lives when they try to institutionalize ways of you being that is going to align with how they are inspired, right? To live their life. Right? So sometimes the way that other people are inspired to live their life is really going to cause some drama in your life, right? And then it's also talking about what are you saying? How are you saying it? Are you just saying it because you're feeling passionate about what it is that you're feeling, what you're saying? Or is it because, you have a purpose? What's the intended purpose here? Are you communicating with purpose? Are you communicating to get a job done? This could also be stubborn ways of communicating that are causing drama. You know what I mean? Because Leo is a fixed sign, and it is talking about, the ego and pride, but it is also still talking about, your heart and matters of the heart. It talks about commitments of the heart. You are committed to yourself before you are committed to anyone else. And you have to remember that. And sometimes that causes drama when we decide, or when we are inspired to commit to someone, and when we're in a romance, right? Because Leo does rule romance. It's the fifth house of romance, right? Exactly. So there's something like this too. Also, I'm getting that some of you might have some hair drama. I don't know where I'm getting that from. Maybe I do know. But yeah, drama. Let me go ahead and put this card back up in here. And you know what? I'm gonna leave it out. And I'm gonna continue to shuffle the deck. I'm gonna do it one more time. Get back into the process that I was in before the drama card fell out. What are you saying? You know what I mean? What kind of drama is being incited? Be sure that you're not saying things that hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes communication could be used as a weapon, right? And, yeah. Mercury in Sagittarius, another Mercury in a fire sign. This is talking about travel and discovery, right? So this is talking about exploring, right? Getting out and experiencing, openness, right? So you can get like perspective right in your mind, because Mercury is definitely perspective after going through a lot of different thoughts and processes, and understanding principles of how you think, you know what I mean, or how other people think as well. But then this is also wanting to be influenced by your own exploration, your own self exploration, because Mercury is a very individualized planet, right? And it's having its own experiences of discovery. It's discovering things close by, but now it's discovering things far off into the distance, right? This talks about travel, and it also talks about movement, because Sagittarius is talking about movement and travel, and it is also talking about your philosophy and the way that you think, right? You wanting to open up your mind a little bit to things that are going to influence you in ways that will enrich you as a person. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm getting like you don't want to really be around drama. You don't want to be a part of drama. You just want to grow, right? Also, Mercury in Sagittarius talks about shutting off the mouth, and someone's way of communicating might be very from a distance. Somebody might be communicating from a distance, but what they're communicating from a distance very sharp, and it's very biting and sort of pointing, right? Um, Yes, let me just go ahead and lay out some more cards, right? This card fell out. Let me put it in the position that it's supposed to be in. Now I'm just going to cut the deck, and then I'm going to lay the cards out, because this deck is very challenging sometimes to read. Just because. Okay, Saturn and Pisces. This is talking about loss, right? Saturn slows things down and it restricts things, right? It's getting dark right now as I'm saying that. Saturn slows things down and it restricts things. Like I said, it definitely teaches you a lesson, a karmic lesson, and there is something to be understood from this. There's a drawing of a line, right? There's you're sort of like creating an understanding for you know how sensitive, what your sensitivities are, right? And also like what your needs are, because Saturn teaches you things, and Pisces definitely has needs. It's a 12th sign. It's the most unstable, right? And then it's also very sensitive, you know what I mean? And it is talking about wanting to feel safe with an environment, right? And it's in the experience of loss. It's walking away from something as well that may not be serving you anymore. You know what I mean? It's also understanding that you're going to have to get over your own feelings of loss. You're going to have to surrender to whatever you're going to have to learn from your sacrifices. Learn from your submissions, right? Um that type of thing. Saturn definitely challenges you, and it's saying that, well, let me see, where's Pisces from you? Leo, Virgo, Libra. Okay, Pisces is your 8th house. So this is talking about transformation through loss, right? And Saturn is with the planet of transformation, Pluto, right now in Capricorn, which is the sign that Saturn rules. So Leo, you might be dealing with the Pisces. You might be dealing with some sensitivities, or you might even be dealing with like some escapism for some of you Leos. You might be dealing with a loss that occurred um, as a result of someone perhaps escaping through drug use, right? That could be the drama. You know what I mean? This person could have uh, been discovered or something like that. This is very weird. Okay, let me go ahead and look at the rest of the cards because that was just at the bottom of the deck. I need a bigger picture here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So you also have domination, right? So this is kind of like feeling like there's an energy that is uh, some of you are feeling like you're doing whatever it takes to get somewhere, right? The ninth house is definitely talking about, you know, um, getting out there into the world and doing things and making things happen. The ninth house does have to do with your belief systems, right? And where you come from and why it is that you do things. These are like expectations of yourself and what you feel like you are meant to be. Therefore, you use your sense of dominion, right? Your own power that you have to get you places. Okay, so you're trying to definitely get somewhere. It's domination, but I'm also getting determination as well with this domination card, right? And also you have to be very mindful that you are not hurting others and en route to getting where you feel like you want to go. Also, this could be someone asserting their spirituality or asserting their religion to sort of like control or dominate over others, right? Or to try to be the authority over someone else. It's kind of like through your religious practices, or it could also be just kind of like maybe there's tension because of religion or belief systems or something like that. You know what I mean? You could definitely be feeling dominated by an experience that you might have. I'm the word long shot as well. I don't know why I'm getting that. Let me look at some of the other cards. At the bottom down here, you have number 8, Mercury in Scorpio, which is extremism. And this is extreme ways of communicating. You know, Mercury is definitely talking about your thoughts and your processes of like, you know, your thoughts and verbalization communicating. And then Scorpio is talking about, you know, things being sort of like pointing and a little bit sharp and cutting. So someone's way of communicating, or some things that someone may have said might have been offensive. They might have gone to the extreme level, you know, low blow, under the belt, that type of thing. This is also control. This could be like someone trying to control what you say, or feeling like they want to control how you express yourself verbally to other people, right? Look at this. Okay. And then, you know, it also talks about um, a battle through communication, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Mars, you know, is talking about fighting, and I see domination here, right? So somebody wants to probably dominate over a situation where, you know, there's a lot of, what is it? Telepathy, right? So of like people want to probably get into your head and understand what it is that you're thinking, because Scorpio is like getting down into the surface, right, underneath the surface, right, to discover things, right, in the thought process right here with this extreme, right. This is also kind of like toxic situations where people try to get into your head, you know what I mean, because people will definitely try to get into your head, you know, through text, whatever they say, you know, social media, anything like that. You know, somebody could be watching you on social media, right? Watching what it is that you're doing, you know, kind of like spying on you, because that's an extreme way of communicating, because you're trying to sleuth something out and discover the information for yourself. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Oh my God. So yes, and Mercury in Scorpio definitely talks about, you know, the mind, right, and jealousies that happen of the mind, right, because this is sort of like a jealous type of situation, a jealous type of feeling here, and then this has to do with, you know, relationship and love and romance and you know, lust, right. This is Aries, Venus and Aries. Venus is Aries is kind of like the completion of something, right. Um, Aries is passionate, enthusiastic, potent energy, right? So I'm getting potent energy. You know, there might be some sexual tension, you know, as well, because Venus is here and that's the goddess of love, and Aries is ruled by Mars, and that's definitely, you know, your uh, um, sexual energy. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm like, I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, but it is the sexual energy. So there could be like, you know, the sexual energy might be getting built up for sure. And I feel some of you feel like you should not be feeling like this is happening because you're working with the goods. We have Saturn in Capricorn right here. Whoa, okay, riches. This is domination as well. It's Alpha Omega, right? And crowning the card that talks about Alpha Omega and riches is domination. So it's almost kind of like money might be dominating something, or money might be dominating a relationship, or money might be dominating you, right? You know, might be like extreme ways of spending or saving money that you might be dealing with right now. Money could be causing the drama in your life. For some of you, you might be feeling like you need more money, right? And you feel like that energy is dominating over you. I feel like some of you do have some pent up sexual energy as well. You know what I mean? And you need to handle a situation that involves processing documents, right? And going in depth, or just kind of like doing something with money, right? Because this is a Scorpio card here, Mercury and Scorpio, and Scorpio does deal with other people's money as well. So there could be like an extreme situation when handling money that other people are sharing, like pulling from, that type of thing. Um, you know, there's definitely drama surrounding that's around like travel, because you have the drama card Mercury and Leo here, and then you have Mercury and Sag. So there could be like fighting over a car. Someone could be, you know, dominating the use of a car. Someone could feel like, you know, we're sharing this car, and I feel like you just kind of like taking it for yourself. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Or there's something that is being shared, right? Like it's lopsided. Okay, that's the thing. Or somebody might want to dominate over a situation in their creativeness, right? Because domination and drama is here. Right, Mercury in Sagittarius is about information coming in, or traveling, or movement forward. Right, it is also like what do we call it? You know, automotive energy, right? There could be drama surrounded by, you know, a car. There might have been have Saturn and Pisces here, and Saturn is talking about, you know, things that you earn, okay? And Pisces is talking about glamour, right? So that could be an object, right, of glamour, that or something that was appreciated, or beauty that was lost, right? Or there could be beauty that was lost within a relationship, because Venus does rule love and romance, and Pisces, Venus is exalted there. Speaking of exaltation, I'm just jumping around of exaltations. Saturn in Capricorn here is talking about riches, right? So this is also that feeling of dominating, right? You need to earn more money. You need to make more money. It's talking about what you're worth, right? Because Capricorn and Saturn talks about what you're worth, how you've been seasoned, right? How you've been forged through life, and what is your strength, right? What is your strength? You're thinking about what it is that your career, right? What is the strongest part or the strongest aspect of your career endeavors that you feel like is definitely something that you can like stay on, right? Something that you can build bigger on. You know, it's like the sky is the limit here too. It's just knowing what it is that you are capable of doing, right? You know, it does take a lot of effort to succeed in life, and sometimes when we feel like we're at a misfortune, right, where there's like disproportionate distribution of riches, then sometimes we feel like that is dominating over us. That is creating the drama in our life. We have to work harder to get places than other people. You know, we have to have extreme ways of spending money, earning money, and also, you know, how we distribute our money. You know what I mean? It's like you don't ever not feel like you're at a loss. You know what I mean? When you're constantly having to basically struggle to get things that you feel like you deserve. You know what I mean? Anyway, I went on a rant there, and this is Leo. Um, but it's true. You know what I mean? You open with Mercury in Leo. What do I think about me? What do I think? Who do I think I am? You know what I mean? That type of thing. What do I think? What do I deserve? Right? And what you deserve, right? That comes from your belief system. I believe I deserve this. Therefore, I am going to make the effort to project where it is that I want to go, right? Mercury and Sagittarius discovery. And then you discover things about yourself. That definitely creates drama in your life when you discover things about yourself and other people and your family, right? Because this is a 5. So it's talking about institutions, right? Foundations as well, in a way. Okay, but it's also talking about conflict within the family or within an institution or just within things that you've committed yourself to. You know what I mean? And you know, you got Sun and Gemini here, so you could be dealing with, you know, communication. There could be a detachment from the communication, right? Because you have versatility and then you also have detachment here as well. So it's talking about being able to change, be changeable within all of this drama. You know what I mean? You have to be able to understand and decipher for yourself what it is that you need to sort of like exhaust the drama, right? To clear the air, because Mercury is an airy planet, and also Gemini is an Aries sign. You know, it is talking about getting more grounded with this Saturn here. Some things need to be more grounded, and some things need to be dusting the drapes and shaking out the rug and stuff like that. You know, because this is a Mercury retrograde in Cancer, and we're going back to some things. And you know, there's just, you know, sometimes you got to clean out the cobwebs. You know. Anyway, I don't know where that came from because I'm not reading that from the cards. But, you know, the Sun is talking about your vitality and who do you think you are? Who do you believe you are? Who are you? You know what I mean? And then it's understanding what is possible, right? Definitely if you believe, right? With Sagittarius says that anything is possible, right? Mercury and Sagittarius discovery, right? All right. Then, you know, Venus relationships and romance, Aquarius perspective and things like that, space, right? It's talking about spatial awareness. So there needs to be spatial awareness in a relationship, or spatial awareness is something that you need to definitely respect, and you need to try to exercise spatial awareness, be able to detach so that you can remember who you are. Like I said, who do you think you are? You know what I mean? Because we definitely are affected by the people that we experience one-on-one connections with. You know what I mean? You know, I pour into your cup and you pour into mine, right? It's kind of like that thing. We also are supporting each other emotionally, but I also have to support myself mentally. I have to support myself financially. I have to support myself emotionally. I have to do all of those things. So that means sometimes I have to detach from you and everyone else so I can make sense of all of the things that I feel like, you know, are causing me to feel challenged, weak, threatened just by my own experience. So sometimes you definitely need, let me show you the card too. You just need to get your head about you, right? And this could also talk about movement, you know what I mean? Yeah. because Aquarius is definitely talking about perspective, and perspective is growth, you know, expansions of the mind, right? So you might be gaining perspective, you know, in a relationship, or you might be gaining more perspective that's bringing you pleasure, right, as a result of this detachment. Some of you are feeling like revenge, and Scorpio got this card during the weeklies last week, not this week, it was last week. Scorpio got revenge, and then moments later, literally 2 minutes later, a Scorpio that I dated, I guess I can use that in past tense, came around on a bicycle, blocks and blocks away from where he lives in. I'm in another borough. So I was just like, wow. And he told me something that made me think, wow, I would want some kind of revenge. But I'm thinking somebody might want revenge on you, or you could be feeling vengeful, or somebody might be wanting to assert some level of dominance over you that is controlling you to get you to go or do or be where they want you to be. Coercion, you know, and it's not necessarily a coercion, it's like you are being, right? That type of thing, or maybe that happened in the vengefulness is dominating over them, right? It's revenge. Oh, it's like wanting to get somebody back. It has to do with money or something that was shared, or you know, earn income, that type of thing. Something about borrowing something. Somebody wants to get revenge over someone who borrowed something, perhaps. That's just for like maybe one or two people. But Mars is aggression, and this is an 8, right? So this is definitely talking about the feeling of loss and weakness, right? And understanding that, you know, there's a desire here too, because Mars definitely wants something. And Scorpio wants something too. It's almost like you might be obsessing over something, or someone might be obsessing over you, that type of thing. And the obsession could be resulting. Sorry, guys. So in the normal tarot, Mars and Scorpio is the Five of Cups, and that is what this card represents from this Oracle deck, and it's loss, right? But then Saturn and Pisces is also the Eight of Cups, and that's talking about, you know, loss as well. So when you're aware of what tarot is, right? Because this is a new deck that I'm using, and some of you haven't seen this one. It's called the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So you know, you could just be feeling like you want to be in control of something, right? And that's what revenge does. It's like, you know, the loss happens, or you know, the like feeling like you're not winning, and you want to sort of like, it's like wanting to make someone pay for something. You know what I mean? And it might not even have to do with money. It just could be like somebody wants someone to feel like they understand what it is to suffer, or to be challenged. You know what I mean? It's like that's so crazy when people want you to be challenged because they feel like you deserve to know what it feels like. Especially if you're already someone that is like challenged. You know what I mean? It's so weird. You know, and that's crazy that I'm even saying that. But these are the words, right? These are the cards that you have down here. You have Saturn and Pisces, which is loss, right? You could be staying on something, you could be picking at something, and it's like beating a dead horse. You have lust, Venus and Aries. This is someone that might be trying to, you know, get some from you, have sex with you, or maybe there's sexual tension that needs to be dealt with. Somebody probably wants to have a sexual connection with you, but they're not saying it. Also, I'm going, I'm going through now, so you know it's okay. You all have riches. You know, you're concerned with how you're governing your money and governing, like, you know, getting places and doing things. You know, I feel like some of you need to clean the house. It's saying that you need to like just be more productive, right? Don't get distracted by, um, you know, how challenged you are being. Right? just 33 minutes. Um, Mercury and Sag, you're discovering things, your philosophies might be changing, your beliefs are changing due to, how due to your experiences that you've had, maybe even over the past 9 months. You've been here and there. I'm getting, you've probably been to water, over the water. Some of you have gone to foreign places, and that changed your mind about some things. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are seeing the drama in the world and or just seeing like the drama that we experience through social media and soaking in the media from that influx of information that we're highly sensitive to and very affected by, you know what I mean, of getting your body into shape, you know what I mean. Just be careful because this is a time of year when it gets really hot. um yeah, and just try to detach yourself from the feeling of wanting to make someone pay doubling up. I hope that you got some information from this reading. My cards, I shuffle them a lot. I mean, not too much. And I do take the pop outs, those are important. I've started doing that a lot. And, I lay them out and I just give the messages. If you want to get a reading from me in New York City, I read on Sundays from 12 to 4 at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery. It is on 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues here